Good morning and happy Halloween on this October the 31st, 2023. I am Robert Scribbler, your surfing wave reporter here, filming south and east from Jeanette's Pier at a gnarly North Atlantic Ocean. According to the monitor here at Jeanette's Pier, waves are in the range of about 8.5 foot. And then according to the wave monitors, a bit smaller, 3 to 5 foot, but nonetheless, it's big, it's heavy, it's gnarly. We've got some strong northeast winds blowing in, bringing in that choppy surf. Of course, I'm here at pier level, so looking down at the waves, it's going to look a little smaller than it actually is on the ocean surface. And right now we've got high tide with those northeast winds pushing the waters up the beach line. Going to sweep out more of that sand from the beach onto the sandbar, and we've had a recently pretty thickening sandbar all up and down the eastern portion of the Outer Banks as these northeast winds pull the sand off the beaches and onto the sandbar. So very well developed sandbars here in the Outer Banks. When conditions do clean up, that means if the swells line up just right, we tend to get more barrels, and we did get some good barrels, great barrel footage from Tammy for the pro surfers here in the Outer Banks. Fantastic barrel footage from Brett Barley, among others, and just some beautiful hollow waves this past weekend. Did get out into the surf to enjoy it ourselves and got some more footage for you guys, which I'm going to post, but this will be my last on-location post for the Outer Banks. For the next 2 weeks, I'll be filming my wave reports remote, and some of them might be delayed. So I will have some at-sea days and might not be able to upload my wave reports in a timely fashion, but nonetheless, we will get them to you, in addition to some footage from our ship. It seems like we might be heading through some gnarly seas, so if we see some really big waves out there in the North Atlantic Ocean, I'm going to film them direct from the ship for you guys and give you guys some footage of that remotely as we talk about waves here in the Outer Banks, as well as some waves around the world. We're going to be heading to Lisbon, Portugal, Madeira, Spain, the Azores, and Bermuda. So hopefully providing you guys with some amazing footage from those locations as well. All right, so let's get down to the wave data up and down the Outer Banks today with these strong northeasterly winds coming in. We're going to start out to our north in Virginia Beach, where the waves are 2 to 4 foot, might be a little bit bigger than that, and choppy. Here at Nag's Head, 3 to 5 foot and choppy, with a onshore northeast swell averaging out at about 6.5 foot and 7 seconds. Once again, here at the pier, the monitor is showing 8 foot, so your mileage may vary depending on location. Winds right now out of the northeast at 23, pretty rip roaring out there. I'm in the lee of the pier, so you can't hear it right now. 60-degree temperatures, much cooler with that front coming through, and there's a powerful front coming through, which is going to bring the temperatures down quite a bit and continue to bring in those northerly winds, which are going to chop up the surf for today, tomorrow, and Thursday, with possible better conditions by Friday. Ocean water temperatures right now 68 degrees Fahrenheit. We are looking at a high tide today at about now, which would be about 10 in the morning. Right now we're at 10:22. Low tide on the east-facing beaches of the Outer Banks between 4:20 and 5 p.m. To our south in Rodanthe, we've got 3 to 6 foot waves, choppy conditions with a north-northeast swell at 6 foot and 7 seconds. North-northeast winds very strong at 26 miles per hour. Air temperature 60, ocean water temperature 70. That northeast wind blowing in the Gulf Stream waters, warming things up a little bit. And at Buxton, 3 foot to 5 foot and choppy conditions with a north-northeast swell at 5.7 foot and 6 seconds. North-northeast winds at 26 miles per hour, 62 degree Fahrenheit. Air temperature 72 degree Fahrenheit. Ocean water temperatures, last of all, Frisco at 3 foot and choppy. With those strong northeast winds blowing, we can expect some pretty heavy surf, crumbly surf, choppy surf today. Looking at the weather picture provided by the National Weather Service, the National Hurricane Center, and the Wave Watch 3 Ocean Wave Model, we've got a strong front crossing the U.S. East Coast right now with strong north-northeast winds. Those big choppy and high waves, which are expected to continue through Thursday, and better conditions expected by Friday as a big old high pressure system behind the front moves offshore and begins to bring a southeasterly flow and calmer conditions. Let's hope those conditions do line up for some better conditions on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for you guys. And last of all, the National Hurricane Center is monitoring a disturbance in the Eastern Caribbean with a 70% chance of developing over the next 7 days. We will just have to see how conditions line up for the Caribbean, but also since I'm heading over to Portugal, we're going to have to see how conditions line up for the North Atlantic. I want to say that right now the weather models are showing a very powerful storm forming to the south of England, which will not be too far away from my location in Portugal. We're going to see if we can get some good pictures of waves from Portugal while I am there. We'll keep you posted on that and the developing storm system in the North Atlantic that our ship might be heading through a chunk of. So we'll just have to see. Thank you for joining me once again for this Halloween session of the OBX Wave Report. I hope you guys get out and enjoy the Halloween. And if you get out there surfing, find your little keyholes for paddle outs, find your gravel sections, and manage to find some fun practice waves in this very rough surf. And also, as I always do, I'd like to ask you guys to please do everything to help protect our coastlines from the impacts of climate change. As you can see, it just takes a brisk northeast wind and a high tide to push the water pretty far up the shore here. And we are seeing the effects certainly of rising sea levels here in the Outer Banks. Multiple glaciers around the world at risk of rapid melt, which certainly drives those seas higher. The way that we can reduce the impact of melting glaciers and protect our coastlines, the primary way is to mass deploy clean energy being wind, water, solar, and electric vehicles, as well as mass electrify everything so we can plug all those clean energy systems into renewable energy sources, and also to work on everything we can do to make our human system more sustainable, to make our materials production more sustainable, to make our farming more sustainable, and all of our activities and consumption more sustainable. We can do it. Humans are engines of problem solving, among other things, but one of our capacities is for analysis and the generation of new techniques and new technologies. We can do it. Let's not fall to cynicism and those that support cynicism and or a harmful status quo, which only provides benefit for very few people for a very short period of time. All right, so thank you for joining me once again on this Halloween. Look forward to seeing you guys from the remote locations. I'll be posting more videos for you guys